Hello, everybody. Yeah, I just thought I'd start a little bit earlier and then. Let me put this image away. Hey. Yeah, I just thought I'd start a little bit earlier, get those commercials out of the way, and then now it's 8 o'clock and I'm here. And yeah, I'm looking forward. Looking forward to something new. A nice little live stream with predictions, and not predictions by me, but by a supercomputer. I'm a paying member of Twitter, and then you get the GROK AI for free, and it's really handy for all kinds of different purposes. You know, if I want to find an article very quickly, then I type it into GROK and it finds it for me. It's quicker than Google, and I just like to have a sort of conversation with AI, and I always say please and thank you, and I don't know. I just treat it like a person, and then I get the best feedback from it. So I'm gonna say hello to a few people. Hello Christina, nice. How nice of you to join us again. Hello Samantha, long time no see. Hello Gentiles. Hello Tanveer. Hello Hank. Hello Karthik. Yes, everybody's buzzing for that massive, amazing, crazy pole position that Max scored. That is just, you know, I let out a little scream, and Samantha heard it. Hey, Vegas. Good morning. I'm glad you woke up. Hey, Outlaw. Super of you to join us. Super duper. Yeah. No, it's going to be a banger race tomorrow. There's rain expected early, so it could either be a wet track and then slowly getting drier, or maybe some will fall during the race. And yeah, those things all add to the magic of a Formula One race. Um, so yeah, I was talking about AI and how I make use of AI, treating it like a person, and then having a back and forth. Um, I've started putting my thumbnails in there as well to see what what it says about it, and I'm definitely going to use more AI to improve my YouTube channel. And yeah, I recorded a nice new video today about Max Verstappen, um, and his future. So I see you guys are all talking about qualifying. Tanveer says, my prediction of quali was right. I said Liam will qualify above Yuki. Yeah. Yeah, the thing with Yuki was that during the free practice sessions, I thought he had it. And then he went through Q1. And I thought that was perfect. And then in Q2, it stopped. The progress he made. So, Jacob, artificial intelligence is like Chat GPT, and X Twitter has its own AI made by Elon Musk, and it's called GROK. And I typed in, um, "Hello GROK, can you do me a favor and predict the Japanese Grand Prix for me?" Using the FP1, FP2, FP3 results and the qualifying results, and also add in a little bit of the bookmakers. And then, yeah, it gave me a list of 20 names. I also asked for two DNFs. So my prediction is that 2 drivers will DNF, and AI based on what it saw over the weekend, who's gonna DNF. But let me see how many people we have. It's 5 minutes past. Yeah, 15 people are watching. I think that's enough to get started. Yeah. So I made this slideshow. Yes. I can't read it. I have to make it bigger. Okay. So GROK gave the race prediction factors, and it also spoils the 2 DNFs a little bit, but sure. So race prediction factors that GROK took into account to get to the results that it predicted. Starting grid. Verstappen's pole gives him the inside line into turn 1, but Norris and Piastri's proximity signal a tight battle. McLaren's practice pace suggests strong pace race trim, while Verstappen's qualifying lap shows Red Bull unlocked potential. Well, unlocking potential it did, because it didn't look very good, not even in Q1. I heard a list of things they changed on the cars after the free practice 1 and 2 on the Friday for the Saturday, and they gave the whole car a complete overhaul. You know, I think they must have changed like 5 things. The weight distribution and I can't remember from the top of my head. But yeah, it worked because the car was well, relatively good in Q3, and Max didn't make any mistakes, and he pulled out that pole lap. Now, GROK also talks about the Suzuka dynamics. The circuit's high-speed corners and overtaking challenges, notable turn 1 and 130R, favored pole sitters historically. Verstappen won from pole here the last 3 years. Rain could amplify his edge or expose errors. Yeah, I saw a statistic today that out of the last, 27 wins, or out of the last 30 wins, 27 were from the front row, and out of the last 10 wins or something, 7 were from pole. So, yeah. Team form. Yeah. GROK also talks about team form. McLaren's wins in Australia and China underline their consistency, but Verstappen's Suzuka record, unbeaten since 2022, and Red Bull's adjustment, noted as turning the car upside down, counterbalance this. Ferrari and Mercedes are close, but lack the ultimate pace. Yeah, well, Ferrari had Leclerc on P4, and that's the highest he's qualified in all the sessions that we had this season already, and that's 4. And we know that Leclerc is one of the best qualifiers out there. And yeah, Lewis Hamilton was in P8, and he blamed it on trying different setups. And this is something I've heard him say, well, about 25 times in the 3 years when he was up against George Russell. So yeah, nothing has changed there. Let me go to the chat. Gentili says, I've heard multiple times now that the Red Bull has a very small window in which the car works, which explains the irregular performances of the car. Yeah, that's what has been explained. But Max also explained that during the Q1 laps and the Q2 laps, he just takes mental notes of what he did wrong in the turns or what he could do faster. And yeah, in Q3, the last lap, he knew that, you know, in the final chicane, he could push more because that's where he left a little bit of time in the previous lap. And yeah, that's how he got to such a great lap. He also admitted that because the two McLaren drivers made little errors, that's why they weren't ahead of him. But still, you know, it's McLaren's choice to have those two drivers fight each other. And that makes them a little bit more wary. Whereas Max never has to worry about a teammate. Okay, yeah, so this is a bit of a spoiler, but he chose the DNF selection, GROK, and he said Jack Doohan's FP2 crash 185 miles into turn 1 and P19 qualifying suggest Alpine struggles. Rain could seal his fate. Yuki Tsunoda starting P15 after a promising FP1, P6, faltered in qualifying. Home pressure and a wet race might lead to a mistake or a mechanical issue. So yeah, that's rough because GROK thinks Jack Doohan, who's not sure of his position, and Yuki Tsunoda, who's driving his home race, are going to DNF. But yeah, he could be right. You know, nobody's sacred in Formula One racing. You know, knock on wood. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but Max could DNF as well. So let me see what's happening in the chat. I'm just gonna pick some funny ones out of the chat. Hey, we've got commercials again. Christina says Ferrari had to raise their car again. Yeah, to prevent disqualifications. And yeah, making the car less low to the ground. That is a problem. Is Hank still there? I don't see him much in the chat. Is there too much going on? Oh, here's a message from Hank. Only Max can do it indeed. He had several magical pole He has several magical pole laps under his belt now. That's very true. So guys, it's a new month. It's the month of April, and this is my first live stream of this month. And I can give away free memberships again. Now, people, make sure that in your settings on YouTube, your settings to receive a gift is on, right? I don't know exactly where to find it. You just need to Google it, and then, you know, you'll be able to find it. But I'm going to give away the first 5 memberships. 5 memberships. Free memberships for 1 month. And here we go. See if it's people we know. Don't know that one. Ange Bardwari. Brookfab. Hey, Eddie Congress. We know him. He's from the United States. The President 187. Don't know him. S. Yoko. Don't know him either. Or her. No problem, Outlaw. Just listen to us. Listen to our nonsense. Okay, let's continue with the live stream. Okay, so here we go. Here's positions 20 to 16. So Yuki Tsunoda, according to GROK, is going to DNF. P15 slot after dismal qualifying from FP1 to P6 reflects setup woes. Home pressure and rain push him into a mistake, possibly at turn 1 or Degner, ending his debut Red Bull race. Poor Yuki. He doesn't deserve that. Stupid GROK. Hello, El Renzo. And then Jack Doohan for Alpine is starting P19. His FP2 crash and Alpine's fragility. He was cleared medically, but the car reliability is questionable, led to an early exit, likely mechanical or in a wet weather shunt. Okay. And then in P18, we have the man who scored all the points for Aston Martin so far, and that's Lance Stroll. But yeah, we've seen this before in the last couple of years, that he had 2 great races when his wrists were band-aid, or, it was in a cast because he had a mountain biking accident. And he had 2 brilliant races, and then the rest of the season he was shite. And according to GROK, that's going to happen again. And then in P17, we have Esti Besti, Esteban Ocon for Haas. A P18 start. And in FP2, he was P14. He gains 1 spot, but he trails Behrman. God, who expected Behrman to be this good? But we'll talk about him later. I wonder where GROK put him. And then in 16, we have Gabriel Bortoleto for Sauber, for Stake F1. P17 grid slot, FP2, he was P13. Pace keeps him ahead of the bottom, but he's outclassed. Yeah, no wonder with that stupid car. Yeah, Richard, I want Yuki Tsunoda to do well as well. But then again, GROK doesn't know all the answers either, You're looking good, mate. Okay. Well, I don't know if you noticed, but the eye is still infected. Last week, I thought it was gone, so I stopped, cleaning it, and then it frickin' started again. So, yeah. It's actually blurry as well, so that's why I can't read the text properly. Hank says Yuki got much more stable mentally last year after the Bahrain incident. Yeah, he's pretty focused now, Yuki. Isn't GROK a drink? Drink. No, it's GROK with a K. Here, I'll put the thumbnail up again. Right. See? GROK. Don't know what it means. It's just AI from the Twitter sphere. Vegas wants to know where I've been putting my face. In a very dusty workplace. With lots of flowers and bugs and dust. Okay. Let's look at the standings according to GROK from P15 to P11. Boom. Wait, this one's bigger. Let me fix this. Yes. Okay. In P15, we have Nico Hülkenberg. Also for Sauber. P16 start. FP2, he was P12. Pace lifts him past weaker cars. Though Sauber's lack of speed caps progress. Yeah, we don't have to expect much from the Zaubers this year. Okay, in 14 we have Carlos Sainz, and he drives for Williams. So far, he hasn't been impressive, Carlos Sainz. People expected a lot more from him. And then again, maybe Albon is outperforming his package a little bit, so that makes it look worse. But P14, he's going to drop the P15 with a 3-place grid penalty from P12 qualifying. In FP1, he was P10. Yeah, his pace aids a minor climb, but Williams struggles, especially Carlos Sainz still struggles. Then in P13, we have Liam Lawson. At the Racing Bulls. He's not at Red Bull anymore. Don't know if anybody has heard about this. P14 start, and in FP2 he was P5. The pace suggests potential, but he plateaus in the wet behind teammate Hajar, who was very impressive. In P12 we have Fernando Alonso, Aston Martin. P13 grid slot follows FP2. P13 grid slot follows FP2 woes in the gravel trap. He recovers 2 spots with a veteran guile, but can't crack the top 10. Yeah, so it turns out no points for Aston Martin, because even Fernando Alonso is not scoring any points, according to GROK. And then in P11, we have Pierre Gasly. I'm just going to do all these names in Daniel Ricciardo style, because I miss him. Pierre Gasly, Alpine. P11 start after Q2 exit. FP2, he was P9. Pace helps him edge into the midfield scrap, just missing points. Coolio. Okay, time for a little bit more chat. Okay, so Alice. Hello, Alice. Alice? Who the fuck is Alice? Alice says, it occurred to me that Yuki chose to seek advice from 2 people that never understood the car, Gasly and Perez, but not from Max. I guess it showed in the quali lab. Now, I think Yuki was phoned by Gasly, and those 2 are friends because they were at AlphaTauri together. And Checo Perez was also in the Red Bull group, so they obviously have each other's numbers. And Yuki didn't seek advice from them. They just said, look, if you're in that second seat next to Max, don't do this and don't do that. Just focus on yourself and, let things come to you and, mind your own settings and whatever. Because what Max did, especially over the 3Q sessions, the qualifying sessions, tinkering with the car, if Yuki starts doing that, then he'll get completely lost. It's like if you have something complicated to do with different settings and you change too many things, then all the variables, they get mixed up and then you can't get anywhere anymore. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think they also gave him advice not to listen to the press too much when he's underperforming. Just block it all out and just do your own thing. But I don't think Yuki asked for specific driving advice from Perez and Gasly. Just what's it like to be there. Um, mm, 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 mm. Vegas says 5-point belts are brutal. Yeah, it felt like his willy got stuck, didn't it? But we're not talking about um, Hajar yet, you know, because he might be there on the next one. Um, guys, what shall I give away another 5 free subscriptions? Or shall I just start with the top 10? Let me think. Yeah, I'm going to give away 5 more subscriptions. See if there's anybody in there that we know. Blue Flags, don't know him. Johnny Dohe, don't know him. El Maestro Alstocio, don't know him. Jonas Shiflet, don't know him. And T, don't know that person either. But who knows? You know, they'll get a notification that they got a free membership, and then they might join us more often, which is always fun. Bastard operator from hell. Knowing me, knowing you. Are you an ABBA fan? I'm just reading the chat here. Okay, I'm just going to continue with the top 10. Okay. Let's go. Let's see who scores points. In number 10, we have Oliver Behrman. I love that kid. He's brilliant. And I never thought he'd get the better of an experienced guy like Esteban Ocon. Those couple of races that Oliver Behrman had in the Haas last year, that's not going to make a difference in what he's showing now. The kid is just really good. I think he's going to replace Lewis Hamilton in 2 years. But anyway, GROK says P10 grid slot and FP2 P15. Pace translates into a gritty points finish. Haas's improvement shines through rookie resilience. Wow, that's pretty. Haas's improvement shines through rookie resilience. I need to remember that one. And then in P9 we have Alex Albon for Williams. P9 start and FP1 P11. Pace suggests a steady race. Williams' midfield form nets points in a chaotic wet race. Yeah, I can see that happening. Especially because overtaking is so complicated in Japan. Then in P8 we have the best Red Bull driver after Max, Isaac Hadjar for Racing Bulls. He qualified P7 and in FP2 he was P3. It highlighted his potential. He defends well but can't climb higher against the frontrunners. Yeah, well, you know, he's got Lewis Hamilton behind him in a Ferrari, so it's hard to keep that behind you, you know, with all due respect. Hey, we've got a new member. El Renzo. Thank you so much, El Renzo, for joining our exclusive little group. You're member number 8, and you will find yourself back, your name, on the end screens of my videos. So, yeah, thank you so much. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, in P7 we have another rookie, Kimi Andrea Antonelli for Mercedes. His P6 grid position as a rookie is impressive. In FP1, he was P9, and practice consistency holds him in the top 10, though he drops one spot under pressure. Yeah, also by Lewis Hamilton. Hey, Vegas, you want to know who's number one in the memberships? I think you are. I think as soon as I opened up memberships again, you were the first one to step into it. And then there's that Marty. Yeah, that man is American reverend, but he lives in Italy. But we don't see him that often anymore. Oh, did you not plan on doing that, El Renzo, becoming a member? Just see, you'll enjoy it. In P6, we have Lewis Hamilton. His P8 start reflects a tough qualifying, but FP1 he was P4 and FP2 he was P4. Pace suggests recovery. He gains 2 spots in the race, aided by experience in the wet. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh. Just drop my phone here. Oh. Okay. I'm going to read the chat here. El Renzo accidentally became a member, but it's only $2.99 a month. So, if you want to cancel it, then just see the month out and then cancel it. Hank says Kimi Andrea Antonelli can't run with Russell yet, but he's close. Yeah, they're starting P5 and P6 on the grid, but that was because Russell made a few mistakes. Vegas says Kimi is definitely surprising. His Prima days were difficult to decipher. Yeah, but didn't Prima have some car issues? Like, it used to be the strongest team, and then all of a sudden they weren't. That's what I heard. Let me see if I can pick out another nice. Nope. Hey! Christina is a member now as well. Keep them coming, guys. I love it. I can't follow the chat anymore. What's Tanvir saying? Tanvir Ahmed. Some of his frees make me question my internet. Oh, you've got lag. Right. Sorry. Well, welcome to my membership, Christina. And you're also going to find your name at the end screens. Yeah, I'm going to have to sit like this. Let me get through these predictions quickly, and then we can have a chat. Hello, Koen. Yeah, that's what I said. Prema had problems. Christina, I will definitely try to keep the good content going. And here's the top 5, guys and girls. 5. George Russell, Mercedes. Starting P5, Russell's FP1 and FP3 in P2 and P3. That pace will keep him in the hunt. Mercedes stability nets points, though he fades slightly behind Leclerc. Okay, so GROK thinks that Ferrari has more race pace than Mercedes. Interesting. In P4 we have Charles Leclerc, P4 grid slot and consistent practice. P3 in FP1, P4 in FP3 yield a solid race. Ferrari's pace is competitive, but not enough to challenge the top 3. Right. Yeah, that makes sense too. I think if I'd done my own predictions, I think I would have come to that conclusion as well. In P3, we have Oscar Piastri, which is a pity because actually I want Oscar to gain points on McLaren or on Lando Norris to keep the pressure on, you know. And it's 10 points between them now, but it would be great to see it become 3 points or something, you know. Okay, Oscar Piastri, a P3 start, and FP2 win show McLaren's strength. He mirrors Norris, but loses slight ground in the wet, securing a double podium. Yeah. Lando Norris, McLaren. Starting P2, just 12 hundredths off pole. Norris practice pace was FP1, FP3 tops, and championship lead make him a threat. He stays close, but can't overtake Verstappen in mixed conditions. God, I hope we're not gonna get like the Austria drama again. You know, with the British media just having a fit over Max's driving and Lando moaning over the radio. That's dangerous. I just want a nice, clean race. That's what I want. And I want Max to win. And then the winner, according to GROK, is Max Verstappen in his Red Bull. Pole position and a flawless qualifying lap, which was a new track record, a 1:26.983, signal a return to form. His Suzuka dominance and rain mastery will secure victory, even if McLaren pressures early. Yeah, the 2022 win was amazing. Guys, do you remember how he was behind Leclerc and he just sent it around the outside? And afterwards he explained like, yeah, I just sent it around the outside, see if it would stick. And then there was people on Twitter saying like, that guy's crazy, you know, who does that? Send it around the outside to see if it sticks. That's dangerous. But yeah, we loved it. We obviously loved it. Did your wife say, Vegas, Max DNF? Oh. How can we unjinx this? Samantha, open up an umbrella inside the house to unjinx it. Christina says, I'm still hoping for a Ferrari podium for Jules. Yeah, that happened in Japan, didn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that would be nice for Charles Leclerc. Hank says, Prema was a top team until Ground Effect entered F2. Prema struggled with understanding that. Yes. Oh, and El Renzo says that it was no accident. Super duper. Hank says, Vegas, regulate your wife, please. Yeah, Richard, Gentiles, that was a Senna-esque moment. Just going that fast with all that spray around the outside. But he knew it. He knew there was grip there. No ugly DNFs. No. Okay, so let me see what GROK also wrote here. The rationale. I'm just going to make this bigger because I'm tired of struggling to read it. The rationale is that Verstappen's pole and Suzuka pedigree 3 stage wins make him the favorite, especially with rain favoring his adaptability. McLaren's Norris and Piastri starting P2, P3 leverage their practice dominance, all sessions topped, and car pace. But Verstappen's start and track position hold them off. Leclerc and Russell maintain strong form from qualifying, P4 and P5, while Hamilton recovers from P8 with Ferrari's race pace. Antonelli, Hadjar, Albon, and Behrman hold their top 10 starts, reflecting youth promise and practice hints. Midfield battles see Gasly and Alonso gain, but points elude them in the tight field. Doohan's DNF stems from Alpine's weekend struggles, worsened by rain. Tsunoda's retirement is a narrative fit. His FP1 promise undone by qualifying and wet brace pressure, aligning with posts on X, noting his Q2 exit shock. Rain noted in forecasts. FP2, FP3 disruptions, fires, red flags, shapes his outcome, applying chaos without derailing the leaders. Bookmaker shifts post qualifying likely favor Verstappen, but McLaren's race pace keeps it close, delivering a thrilling podium. That's that. Let me put that one back up again. So, Bastard operator from hell says, well, Max's pole position was the result of an insanely late braking into the final chicane. Lando forgetting to open his DRS on the run down to the finish line surely helped as well. I didn't know Lando messed up that way. So we have one driver trying a fast corner with DRS, Jack Doohan, and crashing 50G. And then we have Lando Norris in the second run in Q3 not opening up the DRS. God, that's stupid. What a bunch of noobs. Listen to me. I'm calling them noobs. I bought the 2020 version of the F1 game once a couple of years ago, and I said I'm gonna just start off with no help whatsoever, yeah, on medium difficulty, and then it kept crashing. So you know what? I'll get some help with shifting the gears, yeah, and then I still couldn't do it. So, well, long story short, I put every little help thing on to get me through a lap, and I still crashed. So guys, I didn't mean to call you guys noobs, because racing is very difficult, especially when you do it on your PlayStation when you're 45 years old. Right. So Bastard Operator says that he opened it but too late. Yeah, you need to be on top of everything when you're racing against Max. You know, you can't make any mistakes. So guys, let me know. Wait, let me put a poll here. Poll. Do you agree with the GROK predictions? Yes, spot on. No, because right. So let me know in the poll if you agree with what GROK predicted, And if you don't agree, then just yell what you'd like to see different in the race tomorrow. Um, Vegas says, "Jump in a car, Wim. You'll love it." Yes, but I wouldn't like to pay for the damages though. Um, I did damage my car a few times, but it was mostly just you know, parking and stuff, and yeah, silly stuff. No major crashes while driving. Knock on wood. Um, El Renzo says if Max was British, they would suggest him for King of the Commonwealth. Well, I was quite surprised with how much appreciation he received today for that pole position. Everybody was surprised, and I saw a video of the race today with Scott Mitchell Malm and that new guy John Noble, and yeah, they were revving about him. You know, they were absolutely praising him for that lap. Peter Windsor was positive. I must have liked at least 150 tweets of different content creators and people in F1. Just yeah, they couldn't believe what Max did, and it was nice to see. Then I also saw people saying like, Charles Leclerc had those kinds of poles in 2023 all the time, but he didn't get all the praise that Max got. And then they had to explain to him, that person who said that on Twitter, that Ferrari oftentimes were able to heat up the tires quicker than the Red Bull. And Max in 2023 chose to have a setup for the race rather than for qualifying. So, yeah, Leclerc got a lot of pole positions, and then in the race he dropped back. Yeah, Christina, you're right. Even British guys have to give credit where credit is due. So, who voted no on the poll? Who doesn't agree with the GROK predictions? Because I like to know what you'd like to see different. You know, I know Christina would like to see Charles Leclerc on the podium. And, well, hopefully Leclerc will be on the podium then, and Oscar, and not Oscar, Lando Norris won't. That would be cool. Okay, Tanvir, you voted no. What would you like to see different? Would you like to see Lewis Hamilton higher? Would you like to see somebody else win? Please talk to us. Vegas, you told me to advert my company, but I don't want more work, so there's no point in advertising. One of my customers opened up a new flower shop, and they're ordering more bunches already, and I have to rearrange a few things to get it all sorted. So we always say, do we want more work or do you want less work? And we always say less, less, less. I'm not much of an entrepreneur. Yeah, Gentilis, I agree with you. I don't like the DNFs. Um, but yeah, you know, Grok could have them all wrong, or he could have only have five right. You know what I mean? It's an estimate that he makes, and one really weird red flag, and you know, drivers that haven't pitted yet are up front, and then we have the race upside down. So yeah. Um, okay, Tanveer says Liam would be further up the position. Okay, you'd like to see Liam Lawson higher. Okay. And Hank says something really silly. Hank, read back what you just said. Ferrari needs a good strategy to promote to the podium for Charles. You know, they're probably going to be driving on slicks in the wet. And then when it dries up, they put inters on. That's Ferrari's strategy. And Christina says, yeah, Oscar overtakes Lando, which will make him nervous, and Charles will overtake him too. And Lando in dirty air will start to struggle and cry, like in the sprint in China. Yeah, I like the way you think, Christina. And Jacob says Ferrari needs someone like MV33. Hey, we don't call him MV33 anymore. He's MV1. And Samantha just woke up to talk about our business. I keep saying we work smarter, not harder. So more money, less work. Okay, Vegas. So you think Yuki is gonna climb up into the points? You think he's gonna be into the points? Are Yuki? I hope so too. And Richard is doing an imitation of the Ferrari pit wall. Do you remember when Charles Leclerc said, "Oh my God, I think something is leaking into the car"? What's leaking? Yeah, there's water all over my car. Must be the water. You can't make that shit up. Okay, Vegas. Well, let's see what happens tomorrow. Yes, Christina, must be the water. I'm really, really looking forward to the race tomorrow. And it's not crazy early, you know. I'll get up at 6:45 and yeah, go to the toilet, brush my teeth, and then sit down. Then during the pre-show, I'll run downstairs for a big mug of coffee, and then the cats know I'm up, so they'll be walking around here. Guys, can you see Trixie in the back? Trixie. She's such a sweetheart. Add that to the words of wisdom. Yeah, that was a classic as well. So, guys, tell me what time is your race tomorrow? Um, for you, Vegas, it's probably in the middle of the night. For me, it's 7. No, it's 8. It's 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Yeah, the race is 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Um, but yeah, Christina, what time are you watching the race? And who else? I know Gentiles and Hank. They're Dutch, so it's the same time as me. Oh, hello, Siva. For you, it's 12:30 p.m. Ooh, that's in the middle of the night. No, a.m. p.m. Yeah, that's in the afternoon. Oh, that's not too bad. For Christina, it's an hour earlier, 7 a.m. And for Tanvir, it's probably India. Yeah, Tanvir. For you, it's at 10:30 in the morning. That's not too bad either. Hey, Eddie Congress. You got a free memberships, Eddie. You're in Ohio, right? Um, and Bastard Operator from Hell has his alarm set for 5:30. So, are you watching the pre-show as well then, or where are you from, Bastard? That's so weird saying that, but um, let me check. I think the race for me is at 8, but I could be mistaken. Oh, it's at 7. Wow, that's a good shout. I need to get up a quarter to 6 then to watch the pre-show at 6. Thank you, guys. Bastard Operator from Hell is from Ireland. Are you from the Republic of Ireland, or like Samantha, my wife, from Northern Ireland? Gentili says he's from Hell. Yep. So, guys, if you have any more questions in the last 5 minutes, then let me know now. Um, or else we're just gonna wrap it up. Those times are horrible, Eddie. Like 1 o'clock. What do you do? Do you sleep before the race, or do you stay up all night and then sleep after the race? But then you're going to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh, Bastard Operator from Hell is Eva. I know you from Twitter. Oh, no, no, no. Your name on when you comment on videos is always Eva. Right. I have to remember that. Samantha, did you write that down? Um, I also have to remember that you're a girl then, or a woman. Sorry. And oh, Eddie slept through. Eddie slept through the qualifying. You didn't wake up for Q3 for that amazing moment with Max. Oh, Eddie, you got the free subscription from YouTube. They allow me to give away 10 free subscriptions or memberships every month. So for the month of April, you've got a free subscription. And then the idea is that if you like it, if you like being a member, then you start paying from next month. I'm not going to lie about it. That's how it works, you know? Eddie missed Max lap of the gods. Poor Eddie. Right, so no more questions? No? Anybody? Because I'm going to start saying goodbye then. Everybody, thank you so much for joining this live stream. I had a blast. And thank you to all the new members. And I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful race. Monday, I have a new video out. It's about Max leaving Red Bull. I have reason to believe this is going to happen. I did a lot of research for this. You know, I dove really deep into the matter to get a well-balanced, proper video about it. And yeah, I'll probably see you all in the comments, because I love having a chat in the comments of my videos too. So everybody, have a good night's sleep or a nice evening, and have a wonderful race tomorrow. Take care now. Doei doei.